खुशी हो या बेचैनी, खुशी हो या बेचैनी, हम सब की अलग है कहानी। हम सब है भंडार उन संस्काराज के, हम सब है भंडार उन संस्काराज के, जिसने बनाई हमारी कार्मिक जिंदगानी। Namaste everyone, this is Roshani Shenazz and a soulful welcome to you all for our podcast ZINDAGI ROCKS Season 1 The Karma Series. Hope you have been listening and re-listening to our earlier episodes so that you can lead a life of love, balance, compassion and empathy towards the karmic journey of others and yourself. In the couplet I shared, it means that we all are a treasure trove of unique stories, which is an accumulation of our sanskaras, carried forward life after life. Today I want to share a story by Meher Baba from the vast chronicled book on his lifetime called Lord Meher. This section has parts from the original publication, Volume 7, pages 2622 and 2623. This extensive chronicle was penned by one of Baba's closest Mandli member, dear Bhav Kalchuri, who is also very close to my life, as he is the one who gave me the biggest Baba's gift, my spiritual and lifelong name, Roshani. So this extract is titled Sanskaras Must Be Balanced Perfectly. On Sunday, October 13th, 1940, Baba explained some more points about sanskaras after his second typed article had been read out. Sanskaras must balance perfectly. This cannot be done by a mathematical process, or it would be easy. Good and bad sanskaras are both bindings. If you have good sanskaras, you may take birth as a great rich man with bad sanskaras. You may be born as a miserable leper, and so on. But you cannot get freedom without a master. You do not know how many bad sanskaras you have and how many good ones you need. But the perfect master knows, and he will work with you to balance them. Once when Buddha was not yet unveiled, God-conscious, after he had renounced his kingdom, wife and child, and had gone into the forest where he remained doing penance and fasting, he encountered an old woman who was advanced on the path. She told him that he was bound more than ever before. Before, they were fetters of iron. Now, they were of gold, but both were binding, all the same. Then she told him the secret. Good and bad are mere terms. Real freedom can only be obtained when you give up all desires. You have to renounce them all to attain freedom. Nandin Tolstoy was observing silence according to Baba's instructions and now communicating through hand signs. When mentioning some recent quarrel between her and Norina, Baba commented, "You must observe silence not only of the tongue, but of desires, of hatred, of bitterness, of greed, etc. too." Returning to the subject of sanskaras, Baba recounted to the women this true story. There was a man who was a great murderer. In his life, he murdered 99 people. One day, he felt very depressed and sick of it all. So he went to the Buddha and frankly and openly confessed before him all his crimes, adding that he was feeling most dejected and wanted to end it all. The Buddha told him to go and sit by the side of a certain road and think of him. The murderer did so. Years passed. One day, while he was sitting there thinking of the Buddha, A rider came by, stopped before him, and told him to move aside. The man refused, and the rider started lashing him with his whip. Instantly, reverting back to his old ways, the man pulled the rider from his horse and stabbed him. He killed him. However, at that very moment, the man realized God. The rider was carrying on his person a message from one king to another, ordering the death of 100 spies. By saving the exact number of lives that he had murdered, his good and bad sanskaras balanced. The man, of course, did not know all this and was only saved by the Buddha because the master knew. Therefore, if you obey implicitly and unquestioningly, you win. Because whereas your conception is limited, the master knows all and gives you just what is best for you. With this story, you would realize how unfathomable this entire thing called karma is. We can never ever understand the intricacies of this large web of the law of cause and effect. To know more about life, spirituality, or seek guidance, take coaching, mentoring, healing, and other transformation sessions with me, connect through my website roshanishenazz.com or through social media @Roshani Shenazz. For speaker assignments and collaborations, email on info@roshanishenazz.com. Until our next episode, live in awareness of your intentions, thoughts, words, and actions. Stay blessed always in super duper Godspeed. Love you all. Jai Baba.
Whether it was the high-flying time while I was at the top in the media world, for over 2 decades, loving all the glamour of an on-the-rocks life but bina piye, or coming to a rock bottom after my life-death illness, मैं friends पूरे विश्वास और शुक्र से कह सकती हूँ that I deeply believe that Zindagi rocks. So welcome to my podcast with me, Roshani Shenazz, your spiritual fellow journeyer. जो मुझे नहीं जानते, let me tell you, nothing has been easy. I've lived through life-altering moments, emerging with the resilience of a phoenix that fuels my journey. मैंने लाइफ की ऊंचाइयां भी देखी है और डरावनी खाई भी. And yet, कर्मा को कुछ और ही मंजूर था. So when I was at the top wanting to direct a film, God ने मेरे लाइफ की स्क्रिप्ट ही बदल दी and made me leave everything to follow my spiritual calling. Zindagi rocks. इस पॉडकास्ट के पहले सीजन में I shall share with you all about karma and spirituality through 15 different aspects on how karma works. संस्कारास क्या है, पुश्तैनी कर्मा क्या होता है, and much more that you have always been curious about. तो चलिए जानते हैं कुछ बातों का मतलब और करते हैं कुछ मतलब की बातें. क्या मतलब? Stay tuned, stay blessed in love and light and super duper Godspeed.